Welcome to Fit to Be Real.
And a little extra.
We have a very special guest with us today. You've heard of him before. We reference him as our number one bibliography link. Dr. Justin!
Woo! What's up, third CFIT sister?
Listen,
Hi.
you asked to be here. Let's be completely factual and transparent. He said, I'm coming back on the podcast. I have something to say.
You are our most reoccurring guest.
Yeah, it just came up. It was a year ago yesterday that I did the first episode.
Yeah, because the end of January would have been
Yeah.
Yeah.
the first one. Yep.
And you were our first guest.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
now our first third guest.
Woo! Justin, I just want to put it out there for everybody that knows you. Your nose looks fabulous.
I always love coming on the podcast because it gives me an opportunity to set the record straight and correct all the misinformation that Carly's been spreading. So I didn't have a rhinoplasty, which is a nose job. I had a septoplasty.
Which is a nose job.
Okay. All right. My nose looks the exact same.
I know. You walked in and I was looking forward to seeing somebody
The
completely
look
different.
of disappointment on your face.
But see, that is the epitome of like making something up and then deciding it's true.
That is Carly. That's my whole life. That's what Carly has done to me.
I mean, that is why we call you Dr. Justin.
Exactly.
My whole life
My whole life is a lie
since
to you.
17.
Yeah.
I'm Victoria.
Hey guys, I'm Carly.
And I'm Justin.
Yes.
But I'm not a doctor. Okay.
We have a very special episode and one that we did not think of, but are very excited to do. Justin, tell everyone what we're talking about today.
So we're going to be talking about unpopular opinions.
This is Justin's forte. All right. He always likes to go against the grain. He does not think like everybody else. He's always and Victoria's the devil's advocate for the most part.
Am I?
Yeah. Every
take that.
every situation you're always like, all right, well, let's think about this way.
Oh, but that's just because you are completely reactionary and swing to a very extreme.
I swing both ways.
Moving on.
I don't. I swear I don't. I am just easily persuaded. If I say something and I'm like, that this is law, but then you give me a really good reason why it's not law, I'm like, oh, all right, I like what you said. I like how you said it.
With absolutely no fact to back it up.
I love NPR and TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some unpopular opinions.
All right, I just want to say,
So let's not get into them.
please don't cancel us if you don't agree with our opinions, okay? I'm speaking to all of you. If you don't agree with us, don't hate. It's just our opinion. This is not law.
No. And it's going to be a wide gamut of things. Like, it's not all, fitness things or
Yeah.
life things. It's a variety, so.
All right, Justin, why don't you start us off?
All right, now that I said that, my first one actually is going to be fitness related.
Oh,
so.
my God.
Amazing.
So, specifically, fitness influencers.
Okay.
All right, so this is a very popular saying, and it drives me crazy. We all have the same 24 hours. That is
Right.
a very common thing that fitness influencers will say, oh, you have no excuse to why you didn't do this, that, or the other. I hate that saying because we don't have the same 24 hours. Like, there are people that work at home. There are people that have to commute an hour to work every day. They do not have the same 24 hours that they could be getting workouts in. So that just drives me crazy when influencers always push we have the same 24 hours. We have the same 24 hours.
Do you think it's the no excuses or the 24 hours?
I think you can have the no excuses without we have the same 24 hours
Right.
because we don't.
Yeah.
I have 3 kids. A lot of my day is getting the kids ready, getting myself ready, getting to work, working, getting home, getting the kids dinner, getting the kids to do their homework, putting the kids to bed. And having 3 kids, a lot of the time is spent on those kids. And so I have to make decisions on what to do with my remaining hours to, like, something has to compromise.
Right. Your 24
it's-
hours is very different from somebody that doesn't have 3 kids.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
that is an unpopular opinion because influencers are popular.
Yes.
Influencers are popular.
Also, Carly doesn't care. Get it done. Figure it out, because you're not speaking naturally for yourself. Usually it's blah, blah, blah. Get your shit together. Okay? Carly has no empathy. What's
None.
yours, Carly?
No excuses. My first unpopular opinion. You're going to like this.
Okay.
My unpopular opinion is I believe that you can be friends with a guy and have no attraction to them. And I believe that guys can have girlfriends and be not attracted to them. That is an unpopular opinion.
It is. I agree.
I agree with you, though.
Right. I think that's should be more popular.
I agree. And that goes back, my first episode here, we talked about when I first met Abby. Someone warned her, like, oh, he's like a player, basically, which is
Right.
hilarious. Because I had a lot of friends who were girls.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe the unpopular part is that it's not having a lot of gay best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of gay friends, but I think the unpopular part is that I also have a lot of straight guy friends who
Right.
I am not attracted to.
Yeah, just look at Justin.
Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, I'm staring in the face. Never have
Yeah.
I ever. Andrew has a lot of straight girl
Yeah.
friends and
Yeah.
always has. And I don't have a problem with it. I did when I was younger. I think you have to like grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's like, I'm going out to dinner with Amber. What's up, Amber? And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I
Yeah.
was going to make a Dungeons and Dragons reference, but Amber isn't a D&Der, so cool. All right. Well, mine is, drumroll please.
Wait, do you want us to actually do one? Or
No.
Okay.
I'll put something in
Okay.
there. Thank you for the clarification. Brilliant. Awesome. Crocs are cool.
Ugh. Are you kidding me?
Listen,
You own them, I know.
I own a specific kind of Croc. They are Jesus sandals.
Oh my God.
And and they still have the little holes in it where you could put the little pop.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. There's like a name to them.
Yeah, like the kids
You
do.
can give yourself a piece of individuality while your feet are super comfortable. And if it's raining, you don't have to worry about ruining them because they're rubber and they're comfortable. So they're good for your knees and your feet. And who gives a flying anything about what's on your feet?
Well, there you go.
I do.
Wait, I have a fun fact about Crocs. So, do you remember the movie Idiocracy?
Yes, with Dak Shepard.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So, it came out, I want to say early 2000s.
Early 2000s. That's when he became popular.
It's the premise of the movie is it's based in the future and everyone turns into an idiot. Like all the genes are dumbed down and people are dumb.
Yeah.
And they were thinking, what clothes can we get for this movie to show how like dumb the population has gotten?
Stop.
I hate you.
They all wear Crocs.
No.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Victoria, you have to watch the movie. See if you're in it.
Get out of my house.
I am going to go with I'm on the popular opinion. I hate
Yeah.
the way they look. I'll never own them.
But they're trendy now. Like they're the thing.
With socks.
Oh God.
God, that makes me cringe.
Ooh.
If you're wondering why Justin sounds like he's going to cry, it's because his nose job.
Oh, okay.
He's
you.
recovering.
Yeah, I currently have stents in my nose, so I'm constantly congested.
Second unpopular opinion, Carly.
Just period. But
Period.
That's a popular opinion.
I
No.
think to myself, it's a popular opinion.
Oh, wait.
What I
Whatever is the
say-
insult.
Yes, I'm with you.
Well, clearly that's the popular one in the room right now. Justin, go for it.
All right, you're not gonna like this one. Christmas is one of my least favorite holidays.
No. Get out.
Okay, but why? Tell us why.
Because it's just kind of everything you talked about in your episode. It's just so commercialized and there's so much stress.
It's true.
And my favorite holiday, which this isn't going to shock anyone.
Can
Is it Flag Day?
Can I guess?
You could guess.
So it's not Flag Day?
No, it is not Flag
Okay.
Day. I'm not Sheldon.
All right. It is Easter, St.
No.
Patrick's Day,
Nope.
Valentine's Day.
No.
4th of July,
Can I just say it? Can I? Nope.
Memorial Day,
Nope.
Labor Day.
Can I? Okay.
Memorial Day.
I guess this is going to surprise everyone. Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about Thanksgiving.
Because
who cares?
Because Thanksgiving is just about being with family, coming together, eating a meal, being thankful. There's no other agenda. There's no, stress to the day unless you're cooking.
It's a price tag.
It's just about being together.
We
and
all
celebrating
know
the
what
holiday.
happens when Justin doesn't eat. He gets hangry.
Exactly. That's why I thought people would know Thanksgiving was my favorite. Apparently not.
That's an unpopular opinion.
Yes.
I'm drinking out of a Christmas mug right now.
Yeah.
I can see it though. I can see it. I'll devil's
I
advocate.
was just
for
going to
you.
say, all right, devil's advocate.
I agree though. I do think it is very, we've said this before, it's different than it was in the 90s. Why is it different than the 90s? Because we have way more comparison from social media now of knowing what
Yeah.
everybody else has. It's all about material items and price tags,
Yeah.
having the top-notch brand. Hey, all of the videos for the most favored and coveted surprise gift were Stanley's. And
Yeah.
now they're coming out that they're all really bad,
Yeah.
full of lead. And that was
Really?
what was...
Are you
Yes.
joking me? You don't know that?
No.
Carly and I got different ones
Yeah,
that are
that's
BPA
my new
free
one.
and environmentally friendly
I need to hear that.
and
to throw 'em
just
out.
exactly the same, but not the brand of Stanley.
Yeah.
Because there's
Wow.
lead. They're all being tested with lead and they're coming up positive. And other brands,
So now all
of,
these kids are getting lead poisoning now.
Yeah.
right? But to have one means you're cool. And so that
Right.
wasn't like the 90s. Yes, was Furby like people were running into the stores to get a Furby first?
Yes.
Yes. And that will always happen, but a lot of good and like happiness can come from the dollar store and not necessarily Gucci.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now in this day and age, it's a Gucci Christmas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I agree with that part of it. It's still about family. It's still about getting together. It's still about honoring people with love. But the price tag of the love, I think, needs to shift a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Whatever, Justin.
Okay. Sorry.
Carly doesn't. You understand? That's fine.
Listen, that's fine. You said that one first to sort of let me say this one,
Okay.
which I may get canceled on the spot.
Okay.
We might lose a lot of clients. I don't feel that there are any divas in this generation. I don't feel there's a Mariah, a Whitney, a Celine, an Aretha. I don't think anyone compares.
It's a lot of different generations, you said.
No, that's like it's the 80s and 90s. I
Yeah.
don't think there's
That's
any
true.
2000s to 223. Like you could say Ariana Grande, she's not a diva.
All right, describe a diva.
A diva is someone who like commands they command attention. They are the best at what they do. They do all things. And they become legends.
You don't mean bitchy.
No, I think no. No, I mean talented, like beyond.
Almost
You
like
don't-
legendary.
You
That's-
don't
yeah.
think Taylor Swift is legendary?
Well, my little side note is I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. And
Okay.
that's why I think I'm going to get canceled. I don't
Okay,
care
hold on.
for her.
There's two right there. So we got to start with the first one. What about Beyonce?
I did think about this because I was like, is Beyonce a diva? I guess she is. But to me, she doesn't compare to Whitney.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of bringing up Beyonce in one of my unpopular because I'm not
A
huge
Beyonce.
Beyonce fan.
I know.
I liked her years ago, but recently, like her newer music,
Yeah.
But you're talking about the music and what she
Yeah.
puts out specifically by music. Doesn't she have like a clothing brand?
she
and-
does.
So she
Yeah.
does a whole bunch of other stuff.
And that's like Rihanna. Rihanna's
Yeah.
a billionaire. She's
Yeah.
worth like $5 or $7 billion.
But I would not consider her a diva.
Yeah.
Like, there used to be in the early 2000s divas in concert.
Mhm.
And it was Celine, Mariah, Whitney.
You're talking about people that only do one thing. One thing.
They're the best singers in
And that's
the land.
one thing. So Beyonce does a lot of things.
So no, I don't mean empire.
Okay.
I would consider Beyonce an empire. I
Okay.
would consider Rihanna an empire.
Yeah,
I would
yep.
consider, Taylor Swift. She is legendary because of the things that she's done, but
Yeah.
I would not call Taylor Swift a diva.
No. What about
Yeah.
Jessie J?
No, I don't think I'd call Jessie J a diva. She doesn't have the status like of the popularity of the Whitney. Jessie J can sing.
Yeah.
It's not about the talent.
No, I think it's like the star power. Divas
Star
have
power.
the star power.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, I think,
Yeah.
is a diva.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. I agree. So
Okay.
now go to the second one. Taylor Swift.
Is not for me.
But is it her as a brand, her as a person, her as a singer?
I think her style of music is just not for me. I can go through all of her albums and I can only pick out 3 that I can dance to. And for me, she's just not like, what does Austin Powers say? She's not my bag, baby.
Please don't do that ever again. That's fair. That's
Cancel me for that, but don't.
yeah. Please.
Victoria can't.
I'm mortified.
I don't know. Is Taylor Swift for you?
Her music's not for me. The fact that she has now redone every single one of her albums so that she and the people that have actually worked to put the album out gets the money versus the big corporation music industry is she does a lot of good in the world. She puts out her political preference, whether I care about her political preference, but she believes what she believes and she's not conforming to the music industry.
So you like her as a person?
I think her as what she's putting out is as authentic as a celebrity could possibly be. And I think that's rare. I think she might be the only one that is actually what we get is who she is.
Right.
So for that fact is to me more legendary than her singing ability, obviously. Every song kind of sounds the same to me. And I think that's part of our generation. She's a storyteller and she's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
So I think there's so much good. She's not someone I'm going to put on the radio on my off time. No.
Right.
But I don't know if that would fall under like Taylor's not for me. I think I love that little girls can look up to somebody like Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really wish Melody did because
Yeah.
I think she's a good role model.
You don't play it at home though.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't play it at home. I think she's a great role model and way better than Britney was for us.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
And
Yep.
Madonna.
Yeah.
But I think
But see, Britney was a diva.
Yeah.
But Britney's got a different star power though than Whitney and Mariah, and because Britney's not really a singer, Britney's a performer,
Right.
But she's a star,
But she was the best performer.
right?
Yeah.
So I wish Melody, for the role model purposes, liked Taylor Swift, but I'm okay that she's into Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
I think, I've always thought she's had some good music over the years, but I think in the past few years, I've respected her more. Like, my respect for her has grown in just what she's been able to accomplish, what she's been able to do. Isla loves listening to her, and I like that aspect of it, that there's someone who's more wholesome that they can, look up to. So I think she's great. Yeah, I really respect her.
do you think that we'll lose people because I said that?
I think a lot of people already turned it off.
Okay, next one.
I would bring masks back in general.
Unpopular
That
opinion.
is a
I know.
very-
All
I
right,
know.
tell us why.
Well, so before the pandemic, before 2020, if you lived in New York City, and this is just a fact, every Asian person or part of the community was already wearing masks in New York City. I cannot speak for Tokyo. I can't speak for those countries because I've never traveled there, but New York City, where it's the biggest conglomeration of lots of different cultures, I at the time didn't understand it. And I was like, oh, they're really sick. Why are you out in public? I made it in my head thinking they were the ill, right?
Right.
It was a prevention.
Yep.
And that's how now I think a piece of that though for them, isn't Tokyo the worst air pollution or something from all the cars?
It was until COVID.
Oh, until COVID.
Uh-huh. There was like a picture of the sky before COVID, and then when the streets were like abandoned for a while,
Didn't lighten
and
up.
the actual sky you could see.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy picture. You should look it up.
So I think I think a part of that is because of the air pollution too, and maybe it's mixed. I don't have any stats about the medical versus whatever reason that they wore masks before the pandemic happened, but then we started having to wear masks. So I feel like not necessarily going to the grocery store or going to Rite Aid or whatever, but if we're all gathering in a large concert type situation or the NFL, like think of the amount of people.
This is very Victoria.
Ooh.
In a good way.
I just feel like it makes a lot of sense to just protect everyone in those settings. If you're going to a restaurant and you're taking it off anyway, I thought that was always silly. There's no point.
When you have to take it off as soon as you sit down at the table,
Yes,
but
waiting for the host to talk to you, you have to keep that mask on.
Yeah.
Like that makes absolutely no sense. I don't know. Watching the Super Bowl and being like, oh my God, look at all of those people together.
I'm going to piggyback off this and say I wouldn't mind it if you are sick. If you're sick and have to wear a mask
All right.
to be around other people, but you still want to go, but you're like, I have a cough, I have a runny nose, I would understand.
All right. I'll give you that. Not even every single solitary person's. There's no way to regulate that because people don't care about other people. So for me, it's like either do it or don't do it.
Yeah.
But yes, it would basically just be the people that could be possibly aware of anyone else in the world put a mask on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Dr. Justin, paging Dr. Justin.
I mean, I love the theory of that.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you look at hospitals, like infection rates with viral illnesses that patients picked up once they were admitted to the hospital drastically dropped when you stopped having visitors and everyone had to wear a mask.
Right.
Like there was no, hospital acquired infection, viral infection, because there were no viruses being spread because of the masks. So it's great in theory, and yeah, I love it. But like you said, people will never do it.
I think it was because we were forced.
Yeah.
The whole like forbidden fruit thing of it. Like if it was something that was a suggestion of, hey, this would actually help you or the people around you or the kids in your family or your elderly if you did this and this was like a thing that we normally do. Like basically any of the Iceland, Norwegian, Swedish countries that like think of other people in their lives.
Yeah.
Then I think it wouldn't be so like political.
Yeah.
But people just don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, it's your turn. Go.
Okay. Do you watch Gilmore Girls?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I know.
We're going to have to ask you to leave.
Lorelai and Rory are bad people. They are bad people. So Abby watches, I guess this is a thing. Every fall you rewatch all the Gilmore Girls.
Because they live where they, in Stars Hollow, and it's like a fall thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're not good people.
Okay, tell me why.
Yeah.
Because so there was like one episode or something where Lorelai freaks out on people because Rory got in a car accident. It wasn't that person's fault, but she's just berating them like a kid for no reason because of this car accident.
Was Jess?
Sure. Then, how many people did Rory sleep with that were in relationships? Because it's definitely...
Listen.
I'm just saying. Like,
And I'm asking you to listen.
okay.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay.
But just like...
Okay. Fact.
And I
That's
think
true.
Lorelai will go cut anyone out at the knees for her daughter, whether it's right or wrong. And that I am all about sticking up for your kids, but you can't blindly do that because then you're teaching your kids that like it's okay to not be a nice person because you have the wrong perception.
I don't know how to react.
Well, let's hear. This is how you constructively have a conversation with disagreeants. Okay. So I can see that because I think there's a lot of reactionary pieces to this story when it comes to those characters, but it's based off of Lorelai's mother, who is a horrible person.
Yeah.
However, she's of that generation and of that demographic. So then it's hard to be like, everybody like that is a horrible person.
Right.
So she is, I think their bond is what makes them great, but if you take away some of maybe those moments, then it could be like, well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. And that I don't watch all the episodes. I'm not invested in this, obviously, so I'm just seeing these snippets.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
an
so it's-
unpopular opinion.
If you watched with the through thread,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'd be interested to see if that were different for you.
Okay.
Like
I
if you
probably
watched
won't
it.
do that, but
Right. Well, that's a problem.
do you know what I'm going to say?
To have an opinion that you don't really understand. But that's okay. We lost
have-
a lot of people
Yeah,
from you.
but I know,
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
the little we had left from the Taylor Swift comment are now gone.
Because it's the 30-year-olds. And they got out. Who's left? 40 and up.
The 20-year-olds are like, who's Lorelai? All right. This is a very unpopular opinion, but one I stand by 100%. Telling somebody that you forgot to press send in a text message is a lie. You didn't forget to press send. You didn't respond. You ignored them. When somebody texts you back and says, "Oh my God, I mentally responded. I totally forgot. I thought I pressed send." You're lying. You're lying.
I do that all the
I
time.
know you do, and I
know.
do it too.
It's
No,
horrible.
I do it where the text is still in there and I didn't press send.
I've never done that.
I
do that.
have done that a couple of times.
I do that.
but more often than not, I'm like, oh, I swore I responded to
I
this.
mentally responded. I
I'm-
swear.
Yeah, I'm horrible at.
I've never said it to you. I just don't respond to you. There's a difference.
Yeah, you don't respond to me either.
That's
the
true.
two of you. Like, I'll be in our group text. It's just crickets. I'm like, cool.
I don't
that's-
do group text.
I'll circle back next week and maybe I'll get an answer then.
But I firmly believe that when somebody says, "Oh, I mentally responded," or I forgot, I thought I pressed send, they did not.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's fair to be like, you just ignored it and didn't want to text it. I feel like, what if you're opening it while you're in the middle of something going, oh, I'll get back to that. And I didn't get back to it because I completely forgot, considering I was in the middle of a meeting or I was taking care of my children.
That's me 90% of the time.
So I don't necessarily think it's of like, I'm completely dismissing your text and who you are. I think that's a deliberate ignorance. That's a deliberate ghosting. You can't say that every single person that's ever done that is deliberately ghosting someone.
It's my unpopular opinion.
She's sticking to it.
No, I don't
that
think
doesn't
it's
make any
everybody.
sense.
It does. I don't think it's everybody. I just think, in general, if somebody says, "I mentally responded," that means they just didn't text you back. In general, not everybody. It's a blanket statement. It is a blanket opinion. Blanket. I can't wait to tell you that I mentally responded to your last text. And you'll know exactly what I mean.
But you won't even do that, so it doesn't matter. You're just going to go, okay, I don't care about this, and I'm not going to answer you. And then when I see you in person, you're going to go, oh, I missed it. So what she does is what she does. Just so that you know, if you have more than one thing to text her or ask her or show her, one thing at a time. Even if there are 3 or more, send one, wait for that response. Then send the next one. Wait for she's choking on coffee. I hope you do choke. I hope you choke very badly. Because
She can't multitask.
what she's if you do not no.
I'm dying.
It's lazy. It's laziness. Whatever you text, right? There's a couple of things. So when you open the text, the last thing you text is the first thing to be seen, and you just scroll up a little. She won't scroll up a little. She will only look at the very last thing. So then when you go, hey, you didn't respond to the first 3 things that I said that I really need you to answer. And she goes, oh, I didn't get it. I didn't see it.
You've done that to me before. And you're like, I didn't know that. I'm like, I texted you it.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. I think. How? How can you already huff and puff and roll
I
your
already
eyes?
know I don't agree.
That was a huge eye roll.
Look away.
I think all of you are going to hate this.
I'm not. I'm smart. That's Victoria's unpopular opinion.
I don't think this has anything to do with smarts.
Okay.
I think any show on television or wherever you watch shows anymore about weddings should be canceled.
Carly, pick up your jaw off the floor.
Why? Why? What? Why?
Because weddings are very personal and individual. So it's feeding into the comparison aspect of having the best party. It's just a party compared to someone else's love story. Like, it's comparing and putting a price tag on love and relationships.
So like
And-
that There was a show where like there's 4 people that they all have a wedding.
Oh,
and
I
they
used to
judge
watch
each other's
it.
weddings.
And they used to go to each other's weddings, and then
Yeah.
they got judged. They had to score each other's weddings, and
Like,
whoever
how horrible.
they got the honeymoon.
That's
How
Only
horrible.
horrible if you lose and you don't have the best wedding.
Yeah,
How
well,
are
there's
you
only-
married? I don't agree with them. And like I think maybe picking out a bride's, a wedding dress, whatever the show that is.
Say yes to the dress Atlanta, or say yes to the dress New York, or say yes to the dress Miami, or say yes to the dress UK.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah. I think picking out a dress and having people around you saying yes or no, like that's harmless because that is individualized, I guess.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like things, maybe not even television. Now that I'm talking out loud, Pinterest. Pinterest was after your wedding.
No, I used Pinterest for my wedding. That's I didn't use it,
but
but I it was like a storyboard.
It wasn't
No,
the place to
No.
be.
no, that was more for my house when I started doing DIY for my house and stuff.
Which was you lived in New York before you
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
house,
yeah,
so that was a couple years after your wedding, and you remember you said, "I wish I had Pinterest for my wedding." You
Yeah.
started to degrade, which not really, but like people could start to diminish and degrade all of the like hard work and love and preference that they put into their wedding because they saw somebody else's wedding. It just changes the narrative and the story of like it should be simpler. I just think it should be simpler.
Yeah.
I think
Justin,
weddings
how do you feel?
are too
Ditto.
inflamed.
I mean, if you look at weddings today compared to weddings 30 years ago, they are definitely inflamed
Yeah.
more than they were. Like our parents rolled kegs into firehouses and that was the wedding reception.
And
Like,
how fun.
Yeah.
And now it's just about money. So it's similar to the Christmas, I think, unpopular opinion. I just think
Yeah.
when it comes to the television and putting it out there for young girls who aren't 38 years old to be watching these
Is that too old to be watching Say Yes to the
and
Dress?
feeling so strongly about it, yes.
I watch it on Friday nights.
Ugh. Watching being like,
Crazy
oh, I
Friday
can't
night.
if this guy that I'm gonna meet doesn't agree with all of the ins and outs of the Pinterest boards and all the things that I'm seeing on TV that better be at my wedding, he's not for me. I think it gives that outlet or that pathway of possibly going down there, and I don't get it. I don't understand it.
You're right. That is unpopular.
Next.
All right. My opinion. Coffee makes you weak.
Ugh, God.
Ooh, why?
Oh.
So, caffeine in general is like one of the most, it's not an addictive substance because it doesn't work the same way as like cocaine and alcohol,
Yeah, but you have withdrawal if you don't have it.
but you still have dependence with caffeine.
Dependency.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like 8% of the population has a caffeine dependence,
Yeah. Wow.
and you can get a dependence just from drinking 1 cup of coffee a day.
So what happens when you have 4?
You
We're
wanna get
looking
into
at it.
Do you want to know why you need 4?
Are you coming at me right now?
No.
This is the problem.
From
This is the problem.
from a biological standpoint.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want to
tell
tell
me,
me
tell
why
me.
you
No.
need 4 cups of coffee?
Yeah,
now?
tell me why.
All right. So there's transmitters. Sorry, I'm getting Dr. Justin on you. There's transmitters in our body
Mhm.
that create signals in our brains and do things. Think of it as like a key and a lock. Each transmitter fits in a certain lock. And
Okay.
when it's unlocked, it does a certain thing.
Okay.
So we have what's called adenosine in our bodies. And when adenosine goes into its receptor, it makes us sleepy. And that's how we like, at the end of the day, that's why you're more sleepy. You've used energy, you've created adenosine, and you start getting sleepy because it goes in its receptors. What caffeine does is caffeine blocks that receptor. So it looks like a key, but it's not a key, and it fits in that lock. And so the adenosine can't get in there. So your brain doesn't know that you're sleepy. The caffeine blocks it from getting in there.
Okay.
Your body wants to be in homeostasis. So your body starts creating more receptors so that the adenosine has somewhere to go.
To go. Yeah.
So now, when you don't have the caffeine to block those receptors, you now have twice as many receptors. So now you're twice as tired because all of this adenosine is filling all of those receptors. You keep drinking coffee, you keep making more receptors, you keep being more tired, and so you need more coffee. It's a vicious cycle.
It's like a hamster wheel. Hold on. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee.
Yep. What number
for
is
the
that
third
you?
time today.
Yep, for the third time today.
So it makes you weak, meaning you're tired.
No, he thinks you're a weak person. Look at him. He's smiling and laughing.
Yes, because now you have a dependence on it. And if you don't drink that coffee, you are going to be tired. You're going to be irritable. You're going to go through withdrawal symptoms.
What about tea?
Could be the same thing. Some
Okay.
tea has more caffeine than coffee does.
Yeah, that's true.
So when I texted you guys today and said, hey, do you want me to pick you up some coffee or hot chocolate for the child?
Yeah.
The child being you,
Because I don't drink coffee.
because you don't drink coffee.
I just raw dog life.
That's such an unpopular opinion. He can't breathe. Not only did he get a nose job, but he can't breathe out of his mouth now either.
Yeah. I just
I
drink
don't know
water.
how to come back from that.
Speaking of,
What?
no, we're not speaking of. I am going to agree with you for the science portion,
Okay.
but I'm not going to listen.
That's called an addiction.
Yeah.
And called how all of her opinions have gone.
Yeah.
Because remember when you were like, I can adapt. You can easily tell me something and I'll be like, oh, that's true.
That was the
That's
beginning
not
of
Bible.
this.
That's law. You have learned and listened to nothing.
Unless I agree. My last one, and this is a very unpopular opinion, one to which I know Justin is going to disagree with me, and I'm okay with it. I don't like the kids going back to school at the end of the summer. I don't like it. The commercial, when the parents have the shopping carts and they're singing It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year with all of the stationery, I hate that commercial. I don't think it's the most wonderful time of the year. I wish the kids were home all the time. I don't like that time of the year. I like the kids being home. Like yesterday, the snow day, and I was so happy. That I don't like the lunches and the drop-offs and the pickups. Like I liked virtual homeschool. I don't like it for socialization. I don't think it's good for them. I don't want them to be home for them. I think they need to be with kids, but I so much rather like doing our own thing and having our own adventures and stuff like that. Now,
What if you had 3 deans? If you had 3 deans, you may say differently.
However, Dean's going to kindergarten early, so
Exactly.
Now, here's a legitimate question. Do you think this is your opinion? Or do you think you heard mom say this our entire lives and that's why you feel the same way?
I had a feeling you were going to say that because our mom did say that all the time. But I do know that every Friday when we pick them up from school, I'm like, finally, and we like party in the car because we're so excited it's the weekend. So I do know that that is my own feeling.
No, that's
yeah.
fair,
But I knew you were going to say that because our mom did say, but
Carly has a lot of the similar opinions as what she grew up with because it's just the fact of how she grew up and that's how it should be.
Right.
So sometimes it's interesting.
But I didn't have the summers that we had. I wish our kids had the summers that we had, like in the Poconos and
Like
with all
Shawnee.
that stuff. Yeah. But I do like going on adventures and things with the kids. Like I like traveling with the kids. I like doing new things with the kids. Now, what I don't realize is that that's not normal life. And if that was an everyday thing, I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
But in theory, I don't like when the kids go back to school.
I think you also don't like how it gets sensationalized of how happy parents, like that's what's marketed.
Yeah, the curmudgeons like Justin.
Yep.
Justin, tell me your feelings on that.
Well, he also doesn't like Christmas. So
Just a regular Scrooge.
That's it? That's all you're going to say about it?
Yeah, I mean,
he disagrees. That's all.
Yeah. I can see why you feel that way, and I understand that. I, in my life, don't feel that way. I love my children. I would die for my children. I just don't want to kill my children, and that's why they need to go to school.
Listen, I'm saying this, and it hasn't actually happened. My kids were not school age during COVID. So, like, I didn't have a 3rd grader and a 7th grader to be home all day, every day on their phones. So I didn't have that. So I don't really know what that's like, but be more like me, Justin.
That's a nightmare I have.
All right, last one.
I don't know how to word the actual, like, individual phrase of what my unpopular opinion is. I think the shoulds and conditions that we all know to be understood as the way life should go is a farce.
What?
We send our kids to school, and we were sent to school for how many hours out of the day?
8. Oh, wait, was that a question?
That was good. No, that was good. That was a good answer. That was a good answer. 8 hours of the day. And then we're taught that you have to continue going to school, being taught a specific way by these specific books to learn specific things, and you're not allowed to figure out what you really like and want to venture into until you have to go to an institution called a college that basically just puts you in debt so that you can't get a job to work in how you want to live for the rest of your life just to pay the bills and the rent.
Yeah.
And then you have to do the personal situations the same way. You have to get married. It's more of like the religious side that for some reason we still as a society go off of. You have to get married, then buy a house, then maybe get a dog or have children and do everything by this book. And I feel like it's a cookie cutter way of a shoulda and need to and it must be. And I don't think we're meant to live on a giant floating rock in the sky in a cookie cutter way.
I agree. And I feel like we are branching out of that more in these most recent generations. I'm hoping.
I think I hope.
And I think we are because we can't afford to do the cookie cutter way anymore. Not because we are trying to break the mold, because that isn't realistic anymore with what we have to work with.
That's true.
And we've talked about this before.
I also think part of that is the reason people are breaking the mold now is because of mental health. I mean, people were getting married unhappy. People were having kids that didn't want to have kids, but because they were supposed to. Now it's more normalized. Like, if you don't want to have kids, you don't have to have kids. If you don't want to get married, you don't have to get married. If you don't want to go to college, you don't have to go to college. You can still get a decent job. But it wasn't like that in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
It was you do this or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're like a social pariah.
Right. Yeah.
Right, but it's the same thing we talked about, how we disagree with the cancel culture of, what's it called? Quiet quitting?
Quiet
something.
quitting, yeah.
But maybe they have something to it where they get to stop at the end of the day and then enjoy life and go out with people and experience things and wake up and go to do some work the next day, instead of like, I live and die to make money so I could survive, but it's really hard to do that. Millennials are the number one generation for the most debt due to schooling and education, even though they were told and forced to go to college, and that was the only way you were going to make a living and make a life for yourself.
Yep.
But we're the only generation in debt for just education, and we're all burnout.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. So that's why I'm not 100% sure on like what the unpopular opinion is. I just feel like the way that life is told us we quote unquote should be doing it, and like the steps of like what's normal, like
who made that up and why is that still why is that still a thing?
Like, why isn't Montessori school a little bit more normalized? It's not putting a kid behind a desk and being told that you have to read like this and this pacing and at this level, even if you can't. And you're not smart enough if you can't. Even though you could probably do it in a different way, but we're not going to take the time to teach you that way because we don't have the resources. That's not how it should be done. And whatever else the reasons are.
No, and I think in our lifetime, I'm hoping in our lifetime, we will see a change in what college looks like. Hopefully what school in general looks like. But even when you go to college, the first 2 years, you're taking gen ed classes.
It's doing high school. You're still doing high school.
Like a sociology class that I didn't need, and a psych class that I didn't need, and basic English. I took a poetry class. Why? I wanted
just
to
get
for
credits.
A medical degree.
You needed credits to fill up.
Why did I need poetry? So I just think, there needs to be a shift because in 20 years, people won't be able to afford it.
Well, I say it to you all the time. I'm like, I feel like you have to push the plumber. One of your kids needs to be a
I
plumber.
know.
One of your kids needs to be a construction worker, or like building things, because we're losing all of that demographic
Yeah.
of people that want to use their hands and not
trades.
necessarily go to the trades. Thank you, trades. Remember, if you remember, and I don't know if this was everyone, but it was like the kids that did in high school. Or you went to O'Hara.
Votech.
So the Votech, is that O'Hara too?
Mhm.
So Votech kids that went and did like the hair salon or, the Williamson Trade
Yeah.
School for the rest of your day, like they were like looked down upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But why?
yeah.
And that's basically the unpopular opinion. Like,
Yeah.
why? I don't get it. And maybe I'm drinking the yoga juice, but
Yeah.
I don't understand. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to come back and be like, well, politically and the government and capitalism and money and da-da-da. And I get it because that's what we're in. But like, if we were all able to take a
Yes, I
step
don't.
back and be like,
You
what
what?
are we
I
doing?
said I also don't get it.
Because if the world were to go under, money's not going to save us. Like the earth is going to die and
Yeah.
money's not going to be able to fix it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I
And
don't
that
know.
poetry class I took ain't gonna help me. So
You could talk to the flowers and you can make them feel very happy.
yeah.
I think what Victoria meant to say was her favorite song is Photograph by Nickelback.
Oh my god.
Carly really wanted me to say that as an unpopular opinion.
But you like Nickelback.
I don't hate Nickelback.
Unpopular opinion.
I don't understand why they get a bad rap. I understand why you get bad rap.
Yeah. That's a popular opinion.
Well, now with all that being said, we can all agree to disagree and still be friends. Isn't that nice?
No
Yeah.
one's friends with you
I
in
know.
this moment.
It's because I signed a blood contract. That's why I'm here.
I'm just saying, I think some people find it very hard to even voice their unpopular opinions
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's not taken very well.
Yeah.
We're going to play a little game.
Yay.
It's called Hurry Up. Because we're running out of time.
Because both of you were late.
Say yes or no. Okay. I'm going to say something. You both say yes or no as quick as you can.
okay.
Okay. I don't care to know why,
Okay. Okay.
That's how she goes.
Yeah.
but I just want to know if you say yes or no. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
I'm not so sure.
Buying stylish clothes for babies is a waste of money.
Yes.
Yes.
Coldplay is overrated.
No.
No.
All dogs are annoying.
No.
No.
The TV show Friends is overrated.
No.
No.
Pineapple belongs on pizza.
No.
Sure.
It was yes or no. Sure is not an answer.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Mushrooms are the work of the devil and should stay in the ground.
Yes.
No. The work of the devil.
Cold weather is better than warm weather.
No.
Yes.
No.
Football is really boring.
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't know. No.
Disney movies are only for children.
No.
Androids are better than iPhones.
No.
No.
Avocados are gross, but guacamole is delicious.
No.
No, they're both amazing.
Agree.
It's a yes or no. Harry Potter books and movies are not that good.
No.
Blasphemy. I'm gonna get over.
2 weeks in a row.
That should be banned for at least 6. The Star Wars movies are ridiculous and stupid.
No.
No.
Dark chocolate is better than milk chocolate.
No.
Yes.
Online learning is better than learning in a classroom.
Mm,
It's a yes or no, people.
Based on what I just said, no.
The beach.
Yes? I can't remember.
Okay, you're done. The beach is better than the Poconos.
Yes.
Okay. Strawberries are disgusting.
No.
No.
Carly is better than Victoria.
No.
Never. Impossible.
Guess
Did
what,
I win?
guys?
Did I win?
You won!
Yay! Shocking. You never know.
You guys need to learn yes and no questions and maybe go back to either online or classroom learning school.
Well, there's a
Okay.
lot of gray area.
It's a world of gray.
You
That's
can
unpopular opinion.
learn from the trees.
Very unpopular.
Well,
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Yeah.
unpopular opinion. Stupid holiday.
Says the curmudgeon.
Made by Hallmark. Come on.
She's wearing head to toe pink. Head to toe. baby pink.
I just am pointing it out there that I am spending Valentine's Day with my straight guy friend.
Okay.
And it's normal.
In head to toe pink.
Ay, ay, ay.
He doesn't even care.
Nope.
He can't breathe. He's having a hard time functioning right now.
Laughing and breathing at the same time is very difficult right now.
But you know what? Your new face looks fantastic.
I look the same, everyone.
It's a deviated septum,
Yeah.
not a rhinoceros.
He had a diva.
Rhinoplasty.
He had a diva septum.
Oh, God.
His diva curl looks great.
Oh my God, I can't.
Can we get this back on
I
track?
could do this all day. I can seriously do this all day.
She has pink power. Go, go, Power Rangers. We hope that this was fun, first of all, because it was like a fun, silly day with some serious
Undertones. That's a good word. That's 4 colleges. That's 4 colleges right there that I still pay for.
Good job.
Exhibit
Amen.
A. No, it was supposed to be fun, and I think it's I like what you said. It's a good description of being able to agree to disagree or just agree or agree and still have the same friendships, and it shouldn't cancel history when it comes to friendship.
Even if you wish it would.
Oh, we wish so hard. so hard.
Oh, God.
You say it, Justin. Say it.
Never.
Say it.
Nope.
Say it.
No.
The louder you go doesn't mean it's going to scare him. You're wearing pink
With lightning bolts.
and gold chains.
Listen, I go hard for a theme.
We hope you have some of your own unpopular opinions. Do not share them with Carly. She will not receive it well. But thank you, Justin, for having this idea, because this was 100%. If you have any issues, you have to contact Justin Scaricaciottoli, Scaricaciottoli.
Good job.
And it's his fault. So if you liked it, please come back for more. And we won't always talk about Taylor Swift like that.
Oh. Thanks, Dr. Justin.
It's my pleasure.
It's my pleasure.
I'll send you my bill.
We want you to remember that even with whatever opinion you have, as long as it is said and articulated in a respectful way, you are always fit to be real.
And always allowed to be a little extra.
Love you guys.
We didn't let him say goodbye.
Can I go blow my nose now?
Yes.
For legal reasons, we have to tell you that this podcast is meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not healthcare professionals. For all of your health, wellness, fitness, and self-care needs, please refer to the medical professional in your life, your primary care physician, your therapist, a certified coach, whoever it may be. And then let us know what they say, because I guarantee we need to know it too. Okay? Okay, bye.